Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 8 action. I am joined tonight by the one, the only, Meteor Coddle player himself, Season 4 Lads champion, Artorius. How are you in this fine evening?
You know I'm just gonna ignore your question and just make this random statement. You know the greetings and salutations are coming when all you hear in the mic is it's got in all the area. You're ready to just blast it out.
So I know you probably can't hear it on the stream because I like to time it perfectly at the inhale right before the stream goes live. Yeah, I think I have my mic filtered to the point where you shouldn't hear the inhale. But Artorius, though, who's in the Discord call me, can most certainly hear that, so he knows what's coming. But we are here tonight for a 2-game series between the Copium Crusaders on the Current and the Radiant, and no proper carry Team NPC in the Dire. If we pull up the team records, we have Team NPC currently are 2-2. Meanwhile, Copium Crusaders are 2-0. That's cool.
Andy Bendy, too good.
That's what I've been told. I mean, I've played against him in the middle lane. That man is a extraordinarily mechanically skilled player. So, considering he's a league convert who was, I believe, formerly a top 100 league player, it's not too shocking. He's been owning some noobs, and apparently he's not just owning Badger. He's out owning Lad's middle laners too.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Squid's only 5k. It's not that big of a deal.
No comments, but. Looking over, you said something to say, right? Or is it just that comment about me breathing into the mic for goodies and salutations?
What?
Okay, never mind then. We'll ignore everything.
I actually have no idea what you just said.
I thought you had something to say about to the people. I guess you already said it, didn't
No,
you?
that was it. Yeah, it was just you breathing in through your nose very deeply.
Thanks, you're very useful. Thank you. Very glad to have you back, Artorius. But
yeah.
Speaking of the draft here, we have Omni-Knight banned, Bat Rider banned by the Copium Crusaders, and the Vengeful Spirit and Huskar banned by no proper carry. And then the Copium Crusaders themselves open up with Shadow Demon. NPC hit us with the Dark Willow and immediately snap pick the Dawnbreaker. Of course, Dawnbreaker, new addition to Captain's Mode as of, I believe, 4 days ago now. Something like that. Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun to watch.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm actually a little bit curious to see what the NPC does with the Dawnbreaker, though, where it's I know some players have been thinking, alright, this is an offlane hero. Some players thinking, hey, it's a 5 hero. I know a number of like top 200 NA players think Dawnbreaker 5 is the way to go. I've seen some people play it 4, some people play it even mid, so it's hard to see exactly where this hero is going to go, so it's very versatile in nature. And the Crusaders say, you know what, let's grab another probably support hero. Let's grab Jakiro. So potentially we have all 4 supports picked in the first draft phase, which is a little bit rare, but not unheard of. Depending on who flexes what where. Obviously all 4 of those heroes, to one extent or the other, can flex with a role. Some better than others. Anything you're looking forward to tonight, though, or no?
Otto's not banned.
Yeah, but Coddle got nerfed, sir. Your man Coddle
That's what you think.
No, Coddle definitely got nerfed, sir.
Mid Coddle got nerfed. And the terrible way to play pause for Coddle got nerfed. Smile.
Everyone's either playing mid Coddle or terrible for Coddle. Nobody's a Chad like you, Artorius.
No, I'm pretty sure Xeriscape goes the other build, but he also plays 5 Coddle.
We are, though, real excited for tonight's matchup. It's a little bit late in the night, obviously 10 p.m. EST in this fine evening. A little late for a match start, but you know what? I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I actually have not casted in, let me think, like 5 days now, so my voice is really fresh.
Yeah, you dodged me the other day.
It's one of those things where obviously I was working Friday, Saturday, Sunday with BTS, so I couldn't, drop my actual job to go cast League of Lads, sadly. And then Monday I could have casted, but I was feeling pretty sick, so I decided not to. And then, lo and behold, we're here. We actually have our cast on our hands, which is extremely exciting. I'm real inspired after watching some up close and personal casting the last few days. It's like, you know what? Let's go. Let's kick some ass.
5 seconds.
Let's kick some ass. It's it's funny how there's a joke we have. The two of us go back and forth with a joke where it's like, I'll say like an entire long thing, and you'll respond with like a yes, and then I'll talk again. That's what it feels like tonight. It really does. That's honestly what it feels like right now. Do you know what Wage's new team, or sorry, Karan's team is called? It used to be called Fuck Wage. Do you know what they're called now?
No.
Actually, I'm looking that up then because someone's asking what Karan's team is, and they used to be called. Is it Anti-Meta? I think it is now.
Oh yeah, I think that is what it is. That's not it. They have to. Yeah, it's anti-meta. Badger.
Yeah.
Coddle got kicked twice yesterday. And one time it was played as mid Coddle with a Veil of Discord. Unfortunately, it lost despite going 17-4-10.
Ouch.
However, the other time it was played, the build was Forstaff Yule's Ghost Scepter. So I now have this weird shape in my wall, oddly resembling a fist. I don't know who the fuck built that, but that is.
See, you'd figure with your background that you'd be more of like a sword-shaped hole in the wall, and not a fist-shaped hole. But what are you gonna do? What can you do?
Dude, I'm not gonna get up and walk across my room. I'm too lazy.
Okay, whatever. I was gonna say, how could you be that lazy? But then again, I know you, so it's nothing too shocking.
If you know what I did today, you would realize why I don't want to get up anymore.
Something with fire.
I'm dying. Yes, and then rugby. So.
Both physically strenuous. I guess that would be why you would just punch a hole in the wall rather than walk around the room to grab a sword, a good old gladius, put a fucking stab hole in your wall. But I digress. On our draft, though, we do have Disruptor, which does mean more than likely it will be a core Dawnbreaker, probably a 3 Dawnbreaker if I had to guess, which means potentially we have a Dawnbreaker Dark Willow lane. What's your thoughts on a Dawnbreaker Dark Willow lane? What does that look like usually?
I don't know. I guess the Dark Willow can provide some lockdown, so the Dawnbreaker can land her spells. The only issue I see right now is she could very easily just... Oh, no, never mind. Slark's banned. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I didn't look at the bans.
In a similar vein, it can go with like a Lifestealer or a Jug, but Outstealers are not as cool as Slark right now, so...
Yeah, well, it's just in the sense that Slark...
Purges
while
everything.
He may not have a high health pool, he can just click Dawnbreaker 80 times, because she's tanky. However, I guess you really wouldn't want to pick... You don't really want to pick one of those heroes. You don't really want to pick like a Slark, a Jug, or a Lifestealer into a Disruptor, because his ult can kind of just ruin your day. And the whole point of those heroes is they like to jump in and then jump out, but you can't jump out when you get comes back in.
Speaking of other heroes on our screen, we have a Tidehunter Invoker, 1617 by the Copium Crusaders. We have a Storm Spirit by No Proper Carry. So that does mean we'll be seeing an Andy Bendy Invoker taking on a Fury Storm Spirit, which is interesting. Both these teams have very different sort of teams. You see what I'm saying here, right? Where it's like Thyre have a really good pick-off sort of lineup here. They can really easily kill 1 or 2 heroes extraordinarily effectively. But Radiant have a sort of set-piece team fight combination. Obviously, Ravage, chuck in Cataclysm with Invoker with the Meteor Deafening Blast, chuck in Jakiros, everything. That's a real set-piece team fight. If you had to look at either of those 2 macro strategies, which you prefer here? Like sort of Dyer's idea here or Radiant's idea here?
I kind of like Dyer's idea a bit better. They have the Disruptor for the Tidehunter, so you can keep him from ulting unless he buys a BKB. But in another sense, you also have team fight on no proper carry. You have a lot of circles. You have Dawnbreaker ulti, you have Dark Willow ulti, you have Disruptor ulti, and you can even pick up an Ags on the Storm Spirit as kind of like the initiation. So if you get like an Ags jump on like 2 or 3 heroes on Storm Spirit into like a Dawnbreaker Disruptor ulti, that's just like fight over right there. It's kind of hard to split that up.
You
And they
can
only
chuck out
have one
Terrorize
play.
too. It's only that much harder at that point.
Yeah. Like you have a Shadow Demon to save one person, but you can't save them all.
I suppose the carry player in that sense, Eld, will look at either buy or pick a defensively oriented carry just to be ready for that eventuality. Where no matter what you do, no matter what carry you pick, eventually they're going to jump you. So it's more, hey, what abilities do I have and what items do I have to not have Dota 2 be lost instantly? Is the only way to put it.
Yeah. Here I am being an idiot again. I almost said, damn, it's looking like a good Void Spirit game for Radiant. No, I'm not Void Spirit. Face is Void.
You see Artorius, if you look over at the left side of your screen, there's a thing called bands. They list them there, from top left to bottom left. It's a red little text there called bands, the heroes. They go a little bit grayscale with a red line through. Those are the banned heroes. They're not pickable, sir. This is a good lesson for you. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that to you. That's a little mean. You know better. Actually, do you know better?
You're forced to do Herblore and Group Iron Man now.
I don't mind. I've never seen you draft though. Between your teams and like in-houses and stuff, I've never seen you draft.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I'd pick myself Pudge every game.
I'd
pick myself Pudge, I'd pick myself Techies, or I'd pick myself Coddle. And that's it. If you've ever watched the Flesh Canoe streams, and you've ever heard my recommendations, and then you'll just hear Snow put a hole in his wall, and call me a fucking idiot, and then pick me a hero that I did not want to play.
But as I was mentioning, obviously Eld will probably need to either pick or build defensive abilities. And Lifestealer, well, has the built-in BKB, a 6-second built-in BKB, so that is one of the problems solved there. It's a hero that lanes somewhat decently into Dawnbreaker as well. Obviously, Dawnbreaker will still have a good time trading because it's Dawnbreaker. But Lifestealer with the Rage, the Feast, and of course that good old Ghoul Frenzy can do a decent bit of counter trading.
Especially if they lane the Jakiro 5.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually curious to see, you think it'll be a Jakiro 5 or Shadow Demon 5 this game?
I'm assuming they'd put the Jakiro 5, just because it should outtrade the Willow.
I don't like this. Do you like it?
I guess it kind of counters the Lifestealer. The only problem is they don't really have like a win condition hero anymore. Yeah. Like I guess their win condition is Storm Spirit, but that's not really who you want your win condition to be if the game goes on too late. And into a teamfight lineup such as that, like you have a Jakiro, you have a Shadow Demon, you have an Invoker, you can defend your high ground really well, as well as Tidehunter Ravage. So even if Dire are winning the game early, it might be a little bit hard for them to pressure towers or even crack the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, I see exactly... Oh, wait, OBS. I almost forgot to do that. It's funny, I was watching Killer Karate, I think it was last night. My good friend Killer Karate. He technically stole my thing where I put the team records on the screen as if I made it. He actually asked me, I think it was on Discord, like, hey, can I take this? I said, of course. And he forgot to take it off yesterday. I had to PM on Steam, like, yo, like a minute into the game, please take it off. And I almost made the exact same mistake. Almost made the exact same mistake. Shout out to my man Killer Karate, by the way. Shout out to him. Big fan.
I like PMing you on Discord to see if you have your on Steam to see if you have your Steam notifications off on stream. Yeah. I'm just gonna start sending you like random things.
Yeah, okay. I think I have the Do Not Disturb setting on, but it just goes through sometimes anyway. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. But please don't. Please stop messaging me. Regardless, though, if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of Copium Crusaders. taking on Team No Proper Carry. My name is Badger. I am joined tonight by the one and only, of course, Mr. Eloquent, Articulate Man himself, Artorius. Hopefully we're in for some great Dota 2 action.
I think Radiant smoked out a fountain, but the problem with... Oh, wait, I just realized I'm stuck on player perspective. Why did that take me so long to realize? However, they smoked out a fountain, and the problem with doing that now is the smoke pretty much expires by the time you get to the lane. So if you want to make like an aggressive maneuver with that, you have to wait to smoke, but they might have just used it for the... Am I still stuck on it?
Reload your Dota, reload your Dota. Reloading Dota solves the problem. It's a known glitch for casting sometimes.
It just stuck me on a different player.
Wait, you reloaded your Dota and that's what happened?
No, I just disconnected and did it.
Yeah, I think you get to completely reload Dota.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I'll make sure that you know what's happening. We see 2 runes going to each team. Nothing too shocking. No brawling, pre-runes. All is well. Dude, someone in Twitch chat just gave an awesome pun. Said that Dire has no proper carry, and that's so accurate, actually. That's extraordinarily accurate. That is an incredibly apt observation, but also a dank meme. See, bottom lane, Lifestealer may actually lose equilibrium right away here. You see the classic Radiant Save Flame, sometimes you just lose equilibrium, the creeps go to your range creep, then it's under tower range, you just lose a little bit of equilibrium. Meanwhile, though, it's Funky Dealer's being gone on by Salty and the Green Knight, Mr. Shrek over there, but he will be A-okay, we'll salve up anyways. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Aurora has 4 stacks of poison, 5 stacks of poison, nearly dies. Good fairy fire there by Aurora, barely stays alive. Actually, the poison misses, it does not cancel the salve of Aurora. But still, they're great trading by Lunch Tray there on that Shadow Demon. It's fun. Some good brawling. I like this.
You blew it.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, it's K-Sticks, who takes a lot of damage there on that Tidehunter. Dawson nearly runs him down with that static link, of course. And now Dawson like a good bit of damage from Lunch Tray there on the Shadow Demon. Will still survive as well. Shadow Demon level 1 poison. Now they turn with the plasma field there onto Lunch Tray. And with the good old Thunder Strike, First Blood is drawn there on Aurora's Disruptor. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, they're running at Funky Dealer with Salty. Funky Dealer is running on down to his tier 1 tower. Salty is chasing, but being level 1 lacks the ability to dive that tower to get the kill. But still, good trades in the bottom lane by Salty and Shrek. Say a wild and crazy laning phase so far.
Yeah. And the mid lane, Invoker going Quaswex, I think he hit him with an early EMP and took most of his mana away. So Storm obviously not too happy when they can't use Static Remnant or Overlord. Overload, whatever.
Man, it's funny that it's only a 100 mana burn as well, but that's like most of the mana on Storm at the stage of the game. It's not that much mana right now.
DOS might die.
And meanwhile, in the top lane, Badger misses a kill, tied with the Gush there with the help of Lunch Tray. They run down DOS on that Razor. Razor goes down there. Static Link apparently was not used in time, so no damage stolen. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, in the jungle side, Jakiro's being run at. Starbreaker is there from Shrek. Down goes Funky Dealer in the river. And now it's L in that 1v2 Lifestealer. Actually, we'll get stunned by the neutral Centaur. But we'll be fine. That is so sad for the Lifestealer. He wanted that Centaur creep so badly, but alas, Shadow Realm's just so much damage. It's no counterplay for him.
In the mid lane, CS looks relatively even. In between the 2 god tier mid laners.
That's funny that the joke is that the League players can't deny, but this guy has 6 denies right now. He nearly has more denies than last hits. Absolute madman.
Dota 2's better game. League players can't deny.
That's the joke. Top lane, though, a lot of damage coming out now. Chasing's going in looking for a Dock Path. There's 5 stacks of poison there on the Razor. Meanwhile, Aurora's trying to run in looking for Lunch Tray, but it's Casey's who walks in with the Gush instead. Now Aurora's trying to run away to his tier 1 tower, running up and away, but there's 3 stacks of poison on him. Casey's is staying on him as well. Now Lunch Tray's salve is now canceled once again, trying to get Aurora's 5 stacks of poison. Now down goes Aurora there on that Disruptor. Doss may look for a counter kill, puts static link there on the K6's Tidehunter. Who now runs away into the trees and will be A-okay. Good trade there by Lunch Tray and K-Stigs, picking up the kill there on that Disruptor.
Stupendous.
It was fun. I'm having a lot of fun this game. Meanwhile, bot lane is Rage from Lester. Shrek tried to get the kill there with the Starbreaker, but instead, now the Battle Maze is there on the Funky Dealer on Jakiro, who's being run at right now, but will be A-okay. Will take a good bit of damage for his efforts, but will still survive. Meanwhile, on the top lane, the running at K6 static link is there, but they banish him with the Shadow Demon Disruption, and Doss simply will be stuck there, getting no kills.
Classic carry move. Make your support buy a salve. Then when you're both low on health, say, give me salve. Then your support loses the trade with the enemy 4, and then you yell at him because he lost the trade.
And the carry then responds that your opinion doesn't matter, you're 5 players. Speaking of 5 players, this Funky Dealer dying bottom lane on the Jakiro. Salty and Shrek simply ran at him a bit under that tier 1 tower, and well, with no regen, as you mentioned, there's no ability for him to stay alive.
Yeah. Imagine if he had a salve.
Well, imagine the last duo didn't have a salve. He'd be the one dying instead, sir.
Fuck him. That gives me solo XP.
So poor players, man. Absolute madmen. Listen, if that's your true opinion, then why don't you say it to Snow, then? I know you don't.
Say that to Snow.
I know you don't. You buy Snow Claries and stuff.
No, I buy myself clarities and Snow yells at me until I give him one. He threatens to pick Venomancer, so
That's
I have to give him the clarity.
That's gotta be illegal, right? Gotta be illegal. We're seeing Dire side though. We're making sure that Invoker's not getting runes. I'm sure they wanted to secure the Regener ideally for a Storm Spirit rather than the Invoker, but instead it's Salty who grabs it there on the Dark Willow. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, it's simply a solo Dawnbreaker, thanks to Salty being in the rune scouting mode. But the Dawnbreaker is still fine. I mean, it's a Dawnbreaker. Not a hero who dies very easily with 1.1k HP at minute 6, so good old time there. I am a bit concerned, though, for this Razor pick right now. Because you expect Razor to win the lane, and he's not really winning the lane right now. He's maybe drawing even. Seeing a trade once again top lane, though. The passing field is there on the ground. Lunch Tray should go down. Yeah, we'll let the damage from Doss. And now it's K6 who is alone. Puts a Gush there onto Doss, but there's raindrops, so he's A-okay on the Razor. Meanwhile, in the mid, actually top lane still glimpses there, onto the Tide. He is still being run at. He made us go down here. Doss, though, is losing his plus 28 damage right now. K6 once again will Gush and will walk away. So only 1 kill there for the Dire.
We'll just ignore what thing that Gush hit.
What did Gush hit?
It hit the siege creep.
Oh, I didn't know that. I figured it was the raindrops that blocked the damage, like last time. That makes sense, right?
You only had 1 raindrop left, and he still has it.
I don't know how to count. I'm a play-by-play pass here. I can't count. But it's a situation now where these lanes seem pretty fine overall for both teams. Obviously, Storm, very happy right now, has a lot of CS. Still, a lot of our small camp creeps, obviously. There's no core that's really that far behind. All cores have at least 30 last hits. But nobody's really that crazy. I mean, other than the Storm, nobody's above 40 last hits. So, nothing too crazy there. It feels good, though, for the Radiant, the current state of the lanes. Am I right to assume that?
Yeah, they didn't really draft that strong of lanes. The only real strong lane they kind of drafted was Lifestealer and Jakiro. But it's into a Dawnbreaker and also a Dark Willow, so both of those kind of evasive heroes, you can't really run them down with slows. Then on the flip side, Disruptor's a lane dominator, Razor's a lane dominator. They pair really well together with Glimpse and Kinetic Field, and they kind of drew relatively even in the top lane. Just in the sense that they didn't really feed, which is the whole point of that lane, is to kill the enemy off lane quite a bit. And obviously in the mid lane, Invoker's not as fast of a farmer as Storm Spirit, but he still managed to keep up so far. He's now working on his Midas, but he does have this urn, so once he has a 1 kill, he can play quite aggressively.
I find it interesting that Andy Bendy has tried for multiple rotations here. He went for a bit of rotation to top lane, TP'd back to lane, and then again, now he's being gone on mid lane. Curse Crown is there. Realm Maze is no mana though, so maybe really hard to get the kill here, but with the arrival of Shrek the Green Knight with that Solar Guardian, it will be a death there on Andy Bendy. So overall there, good 3-man play from the Dire. They got the very big kill there on that Andy Bendy Invoker. But as I was mentioning before that, he rotated bottom as well, all the way down to this jungle area, looking for potentially a gank on Shrek bottom lane, but simply did not materialize. I'm actually a little bit concerned now that Storm is in a very good spot this game. He's, looking over hero net worth, he's #1 by, a decent sort of margin. Top lane, though, we're seeing K6 is pig pulling, ends up getting glimpsed back away from under that tier 1 tower top lane, though, so that's certainly an interesting play going on top lane.
Yeah, I think when Radiant lost their Invoker there, they realized, hey, we just need to go make a play. This Tidehunter has Ravage, let's just go take the tower or force a fight. They have a Shadow Demon, so they can shove out the mid lane there, and obviously nobody can really pressure Lifesteal out of the game right now, except for maybe a Razor. So there should just be free tower for the Radiant. However, they do need to get to mid to defend that one.
Yeah, I mean, there is a minute 10 siege unit for the Dire, mid lane still. The tower is half HP as well, so may not be on for life. Meanwhile, bot lane, though, we're seeing Elds being run at by Doss and Shrek the Green Knight, but will be fine with TP to his top tier 2 tower. Back to mid lane, siege unit is still there, and Salty is hitting the Radiant are now defending. Gush is there from K6, though Shadow Realm is used by Salty's Dark Willow, and now back to the tower once again. It's still quite low, but will survive for now on 187 HP, of course. Radiant, though, if they want to defend it, it'll have to be a very conscious effort because, well, it's, about 1/10 HP. For being precise, 11% HP. Not very high. Very easy for Dire to errantly grab that, so you have to maintain control of that. Very important tier 1 middle lane. That is a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's going to be especially difficult in a couple minutes here. Storm Spirit's only 300 gold away from his Orchid.
Seeing meanwhile in the Radiant side jungle, those 3 heroes going on to Elb, once again he will rage. Now in comes Andy Bendy rotating over on the Invoker, but with Bramble Maze on the ground, Dire simply will walk away, so once again, no kills in either direction, though Dire may go for this bottom tier 1 tower. Terrorize is there onto Eld's Lifestealer, but will simply be, I guess, running away via the fear. Radiant, though, are rotating in. They have at least 3 heroes there now and 2 more on the way. Cold Snap is there onto Aurora, so you can TP away from Doss, simply building Aurora die, it appears. Tornado EMP, our use Aurora is quite low, and he is once again going by Ice Path. Though now in comes Shrek and in comes Salty. Bedlam is used, Solar Guardian is used. Andy Bendy is quite low, and we're seeing Eld and Ava Creep trying to kill Aurora. Disruptor is very low. We're seeing Disruption as well onto Hana. Down goes Aurora. Down goes Lunch. Straight. Andy Bendy at long last will Ghost Walk, though. Curse Crown is there. Is protection? No, there's not. Meanwhile, back to Shrek. He's a trait. Funky Dealer. Both of them go down. Now it's Eld running at Fury. Fury has the Electric Vortex there onto Eld. Fury will try the ball, is very low on mana. Now Incomplex gets the kill there onto Storm Spirit. Now in comes Tornado and EMP there onto Dark Willow. Dark Willow trying to run away to his tier 1 tower, but it will not matter. EMP and Urn are used. He will eventually take out here now. Maybe? Yes, he will. Overall, they're a very good trade for the Radiants. They, I believe, lose 1 support. Correction, both supports. But pick up a support, an offlaner, and a middle laner. Fantastic trade there.
I think they picked up both supports. Did Aurora die as well?
Did he?
Did he live?
Oh, he did, you're right. So it's 4 for 2 there. Absolutely fantastic trade for the side of the Copium Crusaders.
Yeah, that gives earn charges to the Invoker, and on top of that, they didn't even have to use Ravage.
It was great capitalization too. They saw DOS TP away and said, you know what? Roll the dice. We have 5, they have 4. What could possibly go wrong? And they were right. They rolled the dice very well. Picked up all 4.
Bottom tower is under attack.
DOS is actually rushing a technically first item BKB. He has bots, if you want to count that as an item. That doesn't really do much of a movement speed.
Meanwhile, in the Radiant side jungle near the outpost is Jakiro, who is very dead. 3-man smoke there by Storm, Dark Willow, and Disruptor. Ball Lightning, Orchid. Easy death there. Though they want more. They will attempt to parlay that one into that bottom tier 1 tower. They are picking the tower. Eld is there on Lifestealer. In comes Benevolent Maze. It's raged off immediately, but with Lifestealer vacating the lane, it should be an easy bottom tier 1 tower. Dire have their wave now coming in across the map. It's Shrek defending mid for now, and it is K-Stigs farming top alone.
I'm surprised the, I guess maybe lack of communication there, but the Willow kept chasing the Lifestealer. They could have got a glimpse on them there and potentially picked them off. Maybe they thought it was a bit of an overextend though.
It's never a great sign though, missing out on doable kills. That is a correctable mistake. Mid lane though, with Solar Guardian once again there. In comes Fury onto Lunch Trade goes down. Ravage is there though, onto 2. Both are low. Shrek is in severe danger and will die. So will Salty quite soon. Right now. So overall there, it's 2-for-1 trade. Now they glimpse back to Lifestealer, back to his own side of the river, but once again, Dire go forward. They cross the river, they want the mid T1 tower. Dire have 3 defenders, including DOS. But it is a hard defense, and with that minute 15 siege unit, it should be a relatively easy siege for the Radiants. K-Stigs, Andy Bendy, and Eld, all hits. They are all hitting that tower quite easily indeed. That is very important to mid T1 pickup for the side of the Radiants. I went on earlier for like 25 seconds about Dire taking that Radiant mid T1, but lo and behold, it's still alive, but the Dire one is not.
Yeah, if I'm the Dire, I'm a little bit worried here. They kind of have like this early aggressive lineup, and they're kind of relatively even so far in the early game. I think that mid tower still being alive doesn't really affect much right now. They have some deep wards. The Razor can farm freely, the Storm can farm freely, look for pickoffs. I guess the only thing it does is it kind of keeps the triangle more safe for this Lifestealer to freely hit it. So they do need to look to take it, but right now I think Dire are okay with waiting, but they definitely need to pick up a...
Mid lane, though, a brawl is breaking out. Salty was purged by the Shadow Demon. Meanwhile, though, it is Jakiro who's balled on by Storm. Jakiro went down. Meanwhile, it's EMP and Tomato there, and Salty and Aurora. Salty goes down. Aurora is gushing, being run at now, running away towards his own side of the jungle. But with K-Stigs, Eld, and Andy Bendy looking for Disruptor, that man is not long for life. Sunstrike will miss, but it will not matter. Down goes Aurora. Meanwhile, in comes Shrek. Has Starbreaker with help of Fury. Down goes Andy Bendy. Now Static Link there, unless the Lifestealer will TP away in time. And now Dire will run at K-Stigs. K-Stigs pops that hood, is now running like the side of the map. But Dire will die if they have all 3 cores. Now in comes Funky Dealer, drop Necropire and Ice Path will hit it onto Fury, but DOS still wants the kill there on K-Stigs, but it will not matter. K-Stigs with that pig pole is a little bit too fast. Meanwhile, in the chaos, the mid T1 at long last goes down.
Yeah, that's definitely what Dire needed. Just kind of lacking a boost there. Like, they picked up this Orchid, and it didn't really change any fights. Didn't really even have an impact on any fights. But it finally has an impact there. They get the Invoker kill. They win the team fight, and then they even get the tier 1 tower out of it. So they need to exert more map pressure. They're kind of like retreating back a little bit. It's probably because of their lack of mana, but I feel like they definitely need to keep exerting the pressure that they are.
Bottom lane Lunch Tray may be in danger if Dire punish him. I mean, they know he's there alone. They actually will glimpse him away back towards DOS, but DOS is now only on the way. Though in comes Fury falling from long distance. Down goes Lunch Tray. Shadow Demon, we'll call it Space Creation. Definitely a bit alone there. And if she calls out correctly, there is a Dire side ward there on that high ground. I'm sure they'll deward that in the near future. In the top lane, though, that could be dangerous for Andy Bendy. Bedlam is there. Shrek is there. The dust is popped, and down goes Andy Bendy. Massive kill there, once again, keeping the Invoker down. Very important for the side of the Dire.
Yeah, they just need to keep choking out this map space. Obviously, his Invoker has a Midas. The lifesteal is farming pretty well. The only way that this Razor is going to be able to keep up with him is if they kind of just play aggressively and choke him out of the map.
Ooh, Radiant, they wanted the kill there onto Aurora's Disruptor. They knew he was playing in the trees. They pinged him out correctly. They used Shadow Poison, but it was a little bit too late. They could not cancel a TP in time. Very unfortunate. This is interesting. I'm looking at a L Lestler build. Lestler builds kind of a thing I like to look at. Going for the armlet into an S&Y. He's thinking, you know what, I want to run down heroes. I want to be maneuverable. He's thinking more, like the way his item build seems to me, it seems like he wants to more go from target to target rather than to stick onto one target. Which I think makes sense, you know. He wants to generally stay away from the static link, generally get to, say, Storm to Disruptor. Big heroes if they can get them. I like the build. I think it's good. Seeing Radiant, though, are 5-man smoked. They appear to be missing the big targets. They have popped on Aurora, who certainly will easily go down. Was in the shadow of his tier 3 tower mid lane, but it did not matter. 5v1 means, well, the one will die. Mid lane, though, big kill and Dawson can get it. The BKB is not finished. In comes Cold Snap. In comes the Urn. In comes the Tornado. Now, though, in comes that Solar Guardian from Shrek. Dire wants to defend their DOS. In balls through. The Ravager is there on to 3. It's fantastic. Macropyre, Ice Path are down. Shrek is low. Shrek goes down. It's a trade, though, for Funky Dealer, but Radiant are running at Fury. Meanwhile, it's DOS, who is saved by Salty. Back to Fury. He TPs. It is not successful, though. It's too much damage from the Shadow Poison of Lunch Tray. That is absolutely fantastic. Picking up 2 big core kills. And they certainly want to get more. Castings is running on in triumphantly. Has very little but level 1 gush, but he wants to go in, damn it.
Yeah, that was a huge Ravage. Just completely split up and counter-initiated that Storm Zip and Dawnbreaker ulti. And then they're able to keep that Shadow Demon alive and able to chase down the Storm Spirit. Just kind of ran out of mana.
And Radiant say, you know what, we want the big objective. We want that first Roshan. Dire, though, they know Salty is there. Dropped Realm Maze, but now is in a bit of danger. EMP is there, but runs away during that Shadow Realm. Now, they look for Funky Dealer. Ice Path is dropped. Static Storm is dropped, but it's missed. Now, in comes Casting. Aurora will go down, but Dire turns to Jakiro. It's a 1-for-1 support-for-support trade. They want to get Andy Bendy. They see this man. They have dusted him, but can he escape? Doffs is running him down with the Eye of Storm. Wants him under that tier 2 tower of the Radiant, but with a Deafening Blast, Andy Bendy will survive. Now, Dire, they turn to Castings, but he blinks away in time. Back to the Radiant Tri-Camp. It is Fury, balling on Lunch Tray. Eld looks to man fight, looks to perhaps save a Shadow Demon, infests him, and keeps him alive. But the rest of the Dire are there. Both may be in danger. Down goes Lunch Tray. Eld, though, will rage and will run away. So overall, they are Dire. Win the Miracle Trade, but they want to get Roshan. They are picking it out. It's below half HP. It's a big kill if they can get it. At its Aegis for Storm. And they certainly will go for it. But Radiance, they also know. Problem is, no Ravage for 25. All 5 Dire members are there. They will glimpse away K-Sticks, who was in this. Tornado is dropped. Aegis is on the ground. Can someone get it? It's Fury who grabs it. Roshan goes to the Radiant. Solar Guardian is there. Down goes DOS. Radiant are in. Deafening Blast. Pops that Aegis. Now it's Shrek, who BKBs. Tries to manplay. It is just so low. He's being run down by Eld. Now it's Fury, who is respawned in Macropyre and Ice Path. He now goes in. Balls on in to Eld on left stealer. Orchid is there. Eld is low. He tries to manfight. The armor toggles. He wants to stay alive. Down goes Aurora. Fury. He balls away. Salty. Low on mana. Fury out of mana. Huge kill if they can get it. Fury balls over to high ground. Can he run away? Sunstrike from long range. It hits. Fury. They know where he is. In comes the Urn. He's running to his tier 2 tower, but Tornado is there. He will go down. A massive team fight win for the Radiant. They take down 4 and the Aegis. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that opening Tornado just completely screwed up that fight for the Dire. Oh. Lifestealer turned off his armlet and was hit by a creep.
That is just unfortunate. I was watching it. That's so unfortunate.
Man can armlet toggle 3 heroes hitting him, but you can't armlet toggle a creep. Okay.
The range creeps, they're gonna get you. The range creeps are dangerous, man. You can't doubt the range creeps. But I mean, despite the lifestealer death, they grabbed that tier 2 tower top lane. They grabbed the outpost, of course, as well. It's a lot of map control for the Radiant too. I mean, they have one ward here in this jungle. They have a decent sort of control of this sort of line here if you want to play here. Which is a lot of room for, obviously, for lifestealer to farm with that tri-camp control, and of course now a bit of a dire side jungle control. Shrek is here. Perhaps he shouldn't be. Gush, Urn, EMP are there. Shrek has the BKB, but Radiant may have to run him down. He will instead they'll slow Guardian away to the middle lane, so he will be A-okay, but Radiant once again assert control over to the dire side jungle. They say, you know what? This is our jungle now. Get out. No Shrek, so loud.
The Dire have to be a little bit worried right now. They have 2 out of their 3 BKBs. The only one that's not on right now is Storm, and they're still losing some of these fights. They even lost a fight where the Radiant didn't even have Ravage. So they kind of need to be worried. Like, the fight that they took when the Radiant didn't have Ravage was quite good, but they only end up killing a support for it, and they use their BKB charges, and then they go into the Roche pit and they lose that fight again without Ravage.
Looks like Radiant are up to no good right now. They are 4-man smoked at their own tri-camp running towards the dire side top lane. They have scanned. They know DOS is there, but DOS has BKB and he has TP in 25. But with TP being on cooldown, I think they know he's there. Radiant are looking to scout. They haven't found him quite yet, but now the smoke has popped. They know he's there. Tornado will miss. There's only so far it can be. They know he's there, right?
Yeah, that's the only spot left, and they just didn't check it.
Right? And they know he has to be like in this box, right?
The smoke popped, and like where Das is standing is literally the only other place he could possibly be standing because he doesn't have a quelling blade.
Wait, did it just naturally expire the smoke as well at the exact same time? So that might throw off the timing. Because I think Invokers popped on the Razor, but the rest of the hero smokes might have popped naturally, and that may have thrown them off. Mid lane though, a fight will break out. It's a dire side mid lane area. They're running at Shrek. Once again has the BKB, is running away, but is still bashed by Lifestealer. Down goes Shrek, and now in comes Eld. Running at Salty Shadow Realm is used, trying to run through their own tri-camp. Now in comes Fury. Storm is there. They want to get Lifestealer, but not an easy kill. Fury will BKB, he's already half HP. They want Lifestealer. Can they get him? Yes, they can. Meteor though is dropped. Salty will go down, and now they move to Aurora. Necropire is there. K6, Pump fakes the Ravage, might not need it. And now, it's a buyback from Salty on that Dark Willow. They run, once again, forward Disruptor will go down. But Dire still want to fight. DOS is in. Never mind, no, they do not want to fight. They're now running away. Overall, once again, it's a team fight win. Forward side of the Radiance. They lose Lifestealer, but they gain 3 and a buyback.
Yeah, it's the only problem with Lifestealer this game is there's so many silencers. There's an Orchid, there's Disruptor. Both really good counters. On top of that, even despite the kind of like miscommunication, they got the Cursed Crown Eul's Scepter combo off the moment Storm zipped in. Even despite that, the Lifestealer still dies, so I think he needs... While he did kind of need to rush in there for them to be able to catch them, I think he needs to play a little bit more carefully, or otherwise he's going to keep dying whenever his rage is not off cooldown.
This is interesting. I thought the Invoker would eventually go for some Aghanim Scepter as like a second or third item. I figured the Ravage Cataclysm combo would be like a really big feature of the Radiant side team fight. But instead, Andy Bendy's gone for Urn, BKB, Midas. He's going for Hex. He's not thinking major team, but he's thinking Storm. He wants Storm. In particular, he wants to ruin Storm's game, it appears. Mid lane though, or sorry, top lane though, it is a fight breaking out near the facade of the Radiant Tier 1 tower. Now, it's Eld, he's running at DOS, BKB is there, that's a 3-man Ravage, it's fantastic on the backlines, down goes DOS, they run now towards supports, Glimpse is there, they'll glimpse away K-Stigs, but the Radiant side supports are still in danger. Actually, a bit of a mistake by the Radiants. They actually infested inside the wrong member. Now though it's Aurora who dies by the dire side outpost. It is still 2 kills though, 1 on DOS, 1 on Aurora. And yet again, it's a team fight win for the Radiants.
Yeah, I think going back to this Invoker's item build, however, I think he's recognizing that when Ravage is down, they don't really want to take fights, but obviously that's when the Dire is going to be pressuring them. So if he has like this Hex, then he knows that he can scare the Dire a bit. The Storm has to jump in with BKB active, otherwise he can get insta-hex and killed. So they already kind of win these fights with Ravage anyways, so kind of going for that Eggs is a little bit of overkill. So I think he's making the
Overkill
right
is so
choice.
much fun. I love
know.
Overkill. Mid lane, though, it is
Oh.
Fury. He's bashed immediately! He balled in on Eld, got bashed, escapes, but Radiant wants to fight. Terrorize is there on 2 with Status Storm on top. Now Eld's losing a lot of damage to that statically. Now Aurora is low, but Salty is very, very deep. Aurora, now dead, but it's Shrek, who is in. Finds Hunky Dealer. Now in comes Fury. Falls on in, looking for Shadow Demon. Salty takes down the Necropire. Down goes Lunch Tray. In comes Shrek with the Slower Guardian. They want to get Andy Bendy, but out comes Eld from K6, who blinked into the fight. Now all 3 Dire cores may be in danger. They once again link Eld, but Fury is low. Fury goes down, and they now run at DOS. TP is there, but it's futile. Cold Snap immediately is there, but can DOS run away? Yeah, probably. But once again, another team fight win for the Copium Crusaders.
Yeah, DOS just doesn't really have any damage right now. He's going for a Refresher to get Double Eye of the Storm, but he gets a full duration, pretty much full duration static link off, and the Lifestealer's still just running rampant throughout the fight. Being Disruptor, silenced, trying to break the link, and then still manages to just kill Disruptor before finally infesting his Tidehunter. So they're definitely having a Lifestealer problem right now. The rest of the team can kind of handle the Radiant, but nobody is really capable of handling the Lifestealer unless they dump everything on him right now.
I'm just, I don't know, maybe it's too early to be concerned, but it's not as concerning at this point, the state of the game for Dire. I am genuinely alarmed with the state of the game for the Dire.
Yeah, this Invoker is getting close to buyback plus Hex. The Lifestealer has buyback. He has 3,500 gold in the bank. This Jakiro is now working on a Lotus Orb. Just switched it off of Force Staff, and he has a Glimmer Cape for that bit of save. Shadow Demon has an Aeon Disc, so Storm can't even jump him, and he's now working on an Ags, which he's halfway done with an Aether Lens. Like, all of these are major problems that the Dire just don't have an answer for right now.
Alright, genuine alarm is warranted. Mid lane though, 3-man blink guard by K6. In comes Slow Regarding, looking to save Fury. Ice Path though is there. Can it go Fury? Yes they can. Now it's DOS, who's BKB'd, trying to man fight. He will refresh. And now it's on Eld, but Eld is forced away and disrupted. Status Storm is there, but it's missed completely. And now K6 is alive, and DOS is quite low. The bash is there from Eld. Down goes DOS. They run in a roar. In comes Gush. He will TP, but in comes Cold Snap. Down goes Aurora. Sunstrike nearly hits Salty, but it does not matter. It's a massive team fight win for the Copium Crusaders, and they will go high ground.
Now, the initial Ravage kind of freaked me out a bit. I'm like, oh damn, he just ravaged 3 heroes. That's a great Ravage, but there's no follow-up. And then the Ice Path comes in. It's like, oh, okay, man, never mind. This fight's over.
The one hero who needed to die immediately died immediately. Storm could not get the BKB off in time. And lo and behold, Dire Base is now forfeit. Mid-ranks, dead. Top ranks, perhaps not long behind them. Fury is dead for 15. DOS for 22. And that's enough time. That's an entire 2 full sets of barracks. And we're no longer in an alarming state of Dota. It's full-on alarm. Like, this is at this point a massive, like you work in fire. You know what this is. It's like a 5-stage alarm here. This is just absolute disaster right now. There is reason to be concerned.
I wouldn't say 5-stage alarm. 5-stage alarm was 9/11.
Okay, it's like a 3-stage alarm then. How about
Maybe
that?
like maybe a 3rd alarm.
Seeing though Dire, they know what time it is. They will smoke out of the base, but they run into Hannah. The Hex is there. Definitely Last is there. They will link the Invoker, but down goes Fury immediately. Now it's Shrek who's fighting both supports. Aurora dies to Lifestealer. We're seeing K-Stigs and Eld, our man fighting DOS. DOS, BKBs. Fury buys back, goes on in, looks for Lifestealer. Can they get him? Yes, they can, but in comes Tornado. In comes EMP. It's there on 4. EMP steals so much mana. Fury is out of mana, but Dire once again are pursuing. They will limp back to Jakiro. Jakiro will go down. So they get something. Lifestealer, big kill, but they use 2 buybacks for that. They need Roshan, and they certainly will try it.
Yeah, it's pretty costly because it does cost Invoker's buyback. Obviously, the Hex showing its power there. But again, Dire realized, hey, no Ravage, let's go take a fight. But just happened to run up into an Invis Invoker. I think the story of this game so far, though, is they picked Razor as kind of like this counter to Lifestealer, and it is yet to be a counter to Lifestealer.
That's the problem. Is sure you make counter Lifestealer, but you've picked Razor.
Well, the problem is it's not even countering the Lifestealer, right? Every single time Lifestealer's died, it's been because he's been silenced by an Orchid or a Disruptor ulti once Rage ended.
Mm-hmm. Just stop picking Razor. Just stop picking Razor, please.
Well, it's not even that it's like a bad hero, it's just is not working right now. Like,
when does it ever work?
When it's off lane? I don't know.
It's just so rare that Lifestealer is countered by Razor. It's rare that anybody's countered by Razor. It's Razor.
Yeah. I feel like if they had some sort of other carry, like, I know they had to ban the Faceless Void because Radiant would have picked it. But it, like, just something that is just capable of helping his teammates, because Razor doesn't really, like, slow anyone.
In the Dire side try camp, K-Stigs and L. Oh, God, Aurora is instantly 3-shot. Fury comes in looking back onto the Andis once again is popped. Sword Guardian is there. Dire are fighting perhaps their last fight. Down goes Funky Dealer. We're seeing DOS is being bashed by Eld. He will now link him, but he made us go down. Meanwhile, it's Invoker combos. They're there on a Fury and Shrek. The Aegis is now popped. Shrek meanwhile is there on a Lunch Tray. Lunch Tray will go down, it appears. Fury falls in as well. Now looks for Invoker, whose Andis also is popped. Fury once again looks for Hannah, Mr. Andy Bendy, and now it's a 3-man Ravage once again. Is there follow-up? Not actually really much there. Curse Crown, Orchid are there on Andy Bendy. Andy Bendy will go down. Now the Bedlam is there from Salty, looking for K-Sticks down to half HP, but now it's Eld, who's man fighting Shrek. Down goes Shrek. They now turn to Salty. Gush is there. Curse Crown is there, but it will not matter. Down goes Salty. DOS comes into the plasma field, but Radiant now will walk away. Overall, a relatively even fight. Both teams lose 3. So not bad for Dire.
Well, they did have the Aegis and Storm in that fight.
That's true.
Yeah. The Ravage was huge again, but unfortunately Lifestealer was quite far away. So, unable to really follow that up.
It's one of those things. He was trying to get the killer on DOS, and he had the damage, it appears, but DOS is a little bit too fast. Got away there from that Lifestealer.
Yeah.
One more bash, dead DOS.
Yeah, and Lifestealer finally realizing what is killing him is the silences or the magic damage. Oh god. He was picking up a BKB, but he just got a fucking flick.
Speaking of Lifestealer, he's being gone on by Fury and Doc, but the Rage once again is there after a force staff from K-Stigs. Now Radiant once again run away over the river back to their side of the map. So Dire, it regained some space. That could have been a disaster if the flicker was in inventory rather than backpack. If you had the flicker ready, that could have been an instant turn.
Yeah, but there's no real reason for Radiant to fight right now. May as well just wait for 5. They've won almost every single fight where they've been as 5. Just wait for Ravage, just up in 25 seconds. Just go take the final set of racks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a tier 2 and a tier 3 bottom lane, but I mean, it's not very hard to get one more set after you've gotten 2 sets. Obviously, top lane, mid lane are equilibrium very heavily in favor of the Radiant side. I mean, big creeps, small creeps. Simple mathematics. Fury, though, does have a regen rune, which should help the next fight at least a little bit. Every little bit counts for the Dire at this point. They need the tools to teamfight. Radiant, though, appear to be looking for a 5-man smoke. They're congregated in their own jungle. They have a smoke in the inventory of Funky Dealer.
That was the Lotus Orb on the Jakiro. That was just killed on that courier.
Huge kill. Seems like they don't care, though. They will smoke, perhaps not. Maybe. Okay, I thought they were gonna smoke. They're not. They're simply running up the mid lane with an Invis Invoker. Alright, now they're smoked. 3-man smoke. They have an infested Tide Hunter. They have found Shrek in the dire side jungle. Can they get him? Probably. Gush is there. Shrek will BKB, but the bashes once again come on in. Evil Shivos, Evil Orc, will attempt the rump. The Alacrity Lifestealer has way too much damage. Down goes Shrek. The Green Knight, once again back to his swamp for 86 seconds. Radiant grab the dire side outpost and are now pushing in the lanes. They want to at least grab that remaining range Rax top lane. They certainly will grab it quite easily. And they may go for more. Problem is, once again, that aforementioned tier 2 tower bottom. It's alive. Seeing Fury. It's a little bit crazy there. Nearly could have died. Balled on into 3 heroes and had the Invis Invoker hex them in time. Would have been a very, very dead Fury with, I believe, no buyback. Yeah, indeed, no buyback. But luckily for Fury, Radiant don't punish that move.
Doss is also bought out for his Ags, which I think he almost kind of needs to do at this point. Right? Dire needs some sort of spark in their team fight. Or in their fight in general. They need damage.
There is one concern, though. I mean, look at the buyback status. Right now, Radiant have 4 buybacks. It's everyone but Lifestealer. Dire, opposite story. Nobody but Shrek has it.
Yeah, but if Dire lose one fight on their high ground, they pretty much lose their last set of racks, so they may as well buy out anyways.
That is true.
And if you're not winning the fights, you gotta do something. Your buybacks aren't gonna make you hold it.
That is true. We are, though, seeing that last outer tower of the Dire finally fall. The tier 2 tower is now dead. And now we begin the Trek high ground. Dire, though, are just not there. They will press the button. The glyph is used, but with Liquid Fire, it's reduced attack speed on that tower. Now the Orchid is there on Lifestealer, but he is A-OK. Terrorize was used on 1. Brown Maze is there as well, but Radiant simply do not care. Dire, though, are actually at their high ground at long last with all 5. This could be the big team fight, of course. But Radiant are playing it slow. They're actually playing in the Dire side tri-camp primarily. They're saying, you know what? We don't have to rush it. We're good. We know we're ahead. We have some key items. If we force you back, then you're not farming and we are farming. So it's A-OK.
Yeah, they might just be waiting for the next Roche.
But Dire, they want to jump on the opportunity. They have 5-man smoked. Who can they find? They're circling. But Radiant are not in that circle. More of an oval, but still. Radiant have retreated to their own tri-camp. They do not have a smoke. They do not have a smoke, actually. But they're simply going to play there anyway, saying, you know what? This little triangle, safe spot. You want to be here right now. Dire, meanwhile, on the smoke, well, it failed. They did not find anybody in time, and it is now expiring on the remaining heroes, so that is indeed a fail smoke. But looking at those key items I mentioned earlier, I mean, obviously Invoker, now has Travels, Lifestealer, very close to Abyssal, Tide Hunter, very close to Refresher, Abyssal and Double Ravage, obviously both very, very huge this game, both huge pickups to grab if and when they grab them. And they are really content with playing it slow. They're once again simply as 5. On the flip side, Dire, of course, are pushing in the lanes they can.
Dawnbreaker and Storm have the exact same net worth right now.
Oh my, that's wild. She is. Oh, never mind. Shrek grabbed another creep. You ruined it. It's good you said that. I would not have noticed otherwise. Bottom lane, though, Shrek, who may be in danger. Cold Snap is there. The Hex is there. Actually, Cold Snap actually missed on Shrek. Now Shrek will BKB and TP with the lack of Lifestealer being there. There's no one to cancel that one, so merely that 6-second BKB now on cooldown for 90 seconds. Correction, 75 seconds. It's A-OK regardless. I think it was 90 seconds. I don't know.
Has it ever been 90 seconds?
I don't think it has, actually. I don't think it has. We're seeing Radiant, though, now with new smoke, with 5-man smoke. They've run into Salty, but Salty, fast flingers, blinks away in time. Eld, though, is just chasing him. He wants to go in, perhaps. Or perhaps not. Perhaps simply grabbing that outpost. Salty, though, is in the periphery. They may look to fight here, though, never mind, he instead blinks away. Radiant are aware of this. They pinged it out, but not in time. Though, it's DOS, who also has to BKB and TP away from Andy Bendy on that Invoker. Radiant, they hunt for these kills. They hunted for both DOS and for Shrek with the BKB TP. It's simply no way to stop it, other than with the Lifestealer, and Lifestealer was not in range to cancel either, so the game continues. Bit of a slow burn right now. Both teams obviously know the stakes. They do not want to lose this next team fight, especially Dire side. Once again, looking at our good buddy buyback status. Now it's everybody but DOS who has it. Salty, though, may be in danger. He Shadow Realms, but Tornado and EMP are there. He may simply go down. Definitely Blast, Meteor, R-Drop. Dark Willow is solo, but in comes Thor Guardian from Shrek. On to Salty. Salty remains alive. Now Andy Bendy, BKBs, K-Stigs, runs in, looking for Shrek. Salty barely lives, TP's away. And Radiant actually finds nobody with that one. They wanted kills, they find no kills. But they also find no deaths.
Dire now looking for a smoke though, knowing that BKB's on cooldown. However, Roche is up.
It's a big jump on Andy Bendy if they can get it, but he has both the Aeon Disc and the Ascetics cap, so it's not an easy kill regardless. Roshan remains half HP, and Dire now run on in. Fury falls in, terrorizes their only Lifestealer. Now K-Stigs has Ravage, looks to Ravage, perhaps. Sidestorm's on the ground. Ravage is now there, I believe it's there onto 3. Now Eld is running low on damage. DOS is man fighting. Lucky Dealer remains low, runs to Strike Camp, now dies. But now it's DOS, man fighting with K-Stigs. Now it's forced away, and now it's Fury who balls away, but actually goes down. And now Aurora dead. Fury buys back, looks to return. K-Sigs dies to Bedlam. Meanwhile, it's Shrek on the other side of the river, who's man fighting with Andy Bendy. Certainly loses that fight. Meanwhile, deep in the jungle, Lifestealer tries to run down Thos, but with the help of Fury, Lifestealer simply goes down. Now, Shrek buys back. Eld buys back. Funky Dealer buys back. Radiant, Dire, they both want to fight. Lifestealer has returned. Almost gets glimpsed, but instead rages glimpse away, and now Radiant returns to the Roshan pit. K-Sigs also buys back. Has no Ravage, though. Sunstrike comes in, Radiant grab the Roshan, and indeed, Aegis goes to Eld there, who already used his buyback. But Radiant know what time it is, they want to go. K-Stig searched in the Dire side jungle for Salty, once again Salty limits himself away. And Radiance, well, they know where to go. One big, obvious targets. They certainly will go there.
Yeah, whoever wins this next team fight now wins the game. All buybacks have been expended.
And you
The only
love
problem
to
is,
see it.
the problem is Radiant has Aegis, so might be a little bit harder for the Dire.
It's one of those things too, where Radiant have, actually both teams have 2 buybacks. Never mind, Andy Bendy simply just bought out. He had buyback, bought out. So it's DOS, Salty, and Lunch Tray who have buybacks, and nobody else does. In the bot lane, meanwhile, once again, Radiant hunt for DOS and Shrek. Find neither for now. It appears they'll both TP away in time. Yes, they will. But Radiant, they bring in the bottom wave. Shrek, though, may look to kill it. Will he? No, I'll hook up the next wave instead, perhaps. But at Radiant, they have a wave. They have one little creep coming, and then another somewhat injured wave behind it. But that may be their only wave. Shrek cuts the next wave. It buys some more time. Radiant, though, simply do not care. The back door is already broken. They're coming on in. Eld. He has Alacrity from Andy Bendy. Dire, once again, will glyph, but it's a little bit too early. The wave remains alive. Fury balls on in, looking to cut, but once again, the wave is simply alive. T3 tower is dead. Curse Crown comes in. Eld will rage it off, of course. Terrorize is there on the K6. Meanwhile, in the backlines, it's DOS looking for Andy Bendy, but it does not work. Andis is popped. Eld, man fights. In comes Fury. Blade is there. Can they get Storm? Ice Path comes in. The BKB is there. Lifestealer so low. Aegis popped. Shrek in the backlines. Ravager is there. On 2. Fury dodged it. And now in comes Lester. Once again, he rages, he BKBs, he looks to man fight. Salty, very low. DOS is being run at. Meanwhile, Shrek, who's distracting the backlines. Now, Once again, K-Stiggs goes on in, finds a kill there on Salty. Shrek, little Starbreaker, in comes Fury. Once again, the Vortex is there, on a 3, they're all very low. Down goes Handy Bendy, down goes Lunch Tray. It's fantastic. And Dire, they want to get more. They perhaps look for Lifestealer, who's hitting the barracks. Rangerak's dead. Eld rages, but he has no buyback. He must be careful. Abyssal is there. Static Link is there. He will infest, but he's caught. They know he's there. It's Megas for the Radiant, but it's a dieback on Lifestealer. My lord!
That Ags pickup from the Storm Spirit just completely won that fight. Just huge 3-man pull at the very end of that fight. The Invoker had picked up Ags, but I think he used Sunstrike and then refreshed and used Sunstrike again. I don't think he actually used Kata. However, Tidehunter did just pick up a Refresher Orb and has refreshed his ult for this base defense.
My question is, how long can they defend for? It's 85 seconds. No life stealer. They will perhaps have 3 soon. 4 even sooner, perhaps. 30 seconds. But Dire will not go for racks. They will not go for counter megas. They will simply go for the throne. They bought a Desolator on DOS. They know what time it is. Eye of the Storm is popped. And can they defend the base? Macropyre is there. It does some damage. But now the base is simply being sieged. Lunch Tray buys back, but there's only 3 defenders. They're perhaps waiting for Andy Bendy, who's up in 10. Ravage is there on all 5. It's huge, but there's only 1 Ravage. Dire, once again a fight. Solar Guardian, Static Storm, both are used, but Dire, focus the throne, is taking so much damage. In comes Andy Bendy. Can he save it? Throne, half HP, Deafening Blast, they're on 4. It's huge. Down goes Shrek, down goes Doss, down goes Aurora, and now it's Salty who's trying to juke along with the Fury. Fury gets away, but Salty will go down. It'll be all 4 dead, all 4 with no buyback. And the Radiants, they do it! A triple kill for Andy Bendy! My lord!
The Deafening Blast Tornado combo to actually keep him alive in this game.
It's actually bonkers. It's absolutely patently absurd. And they're going to do it.
As soon as the Ravage was over and they started pressing their BKBs, I'm like, it's over. Just nope. The Invoker respawns, shows up in the nick of time.
I was ready to declare NPC the winners, the throne. It was under assault, but no, they're turning it back. In Lifestealer, Invoker, they both BOT into the Dire side base, and Radiant have Megas. It's a 2-man defense, Toss, and Fury. Fury balls in, but the Abyssal, the Ice Path, he will use himself, I believe, but he still goes down. And now Doss is in the 1v5. He BKBs, but the inevitable, it will arrive. He's broken, he's run down, then the GG is called. Copium Crusaders will win game number 1.
I think the only thing that caused the Radiant to be able to survive long enough for the Invoker to respawn was I guess there's 2 things. Number 1, the Refresher bot on K-Stiggs, and number 2, the lack of Refresher Orb on DOS. It was on cooldown still, so he only had 1 of his ultis, so they just couldn't quite push fast enough. Well, that was insane.
It's one of those post games. It happens occasionally. We're just absolutely out of words. I used all my words already. I used them in the team fights this game. This is just a beautiful game of Dota 2. The ending, the Peace Savers Instance of an absolutely great Dota game. Copium Crusaders are the real deal, I think. This is 3 wins now in a row. They're 3-0.
MR is just a number.
Apparently it is. I think they were the either lowest or second lowest MR team in the league. And, I mean, they have some wins. I put my over-under line for this team at like 4.5, I think. They already have 3, so I think they're going to be... you can lock in the over at this point if you... It's too late now, but still, it's...
Oh god, what did I select?
let me see, what was the line for this team that I put at... what was the line I put at...
Oh.
Okay, I put the line for Copium Crusaders at 4.5 wins, and 70% chose under. So 70% are about to be wrong. My
Well,
lord.
if they win this game and then another game, yeah. But it's looking like that shouldn't be a problem for them to at least get 4.5 wins.
I mean, they already have 3 wins. They're 3 games in, they have 3 wins, and they have how many left to go? 19? 19? 16? 15. 15 wins. They have 15 games left. So they have 15 games to get 2 wins. That's the number.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that hard.
And I was just genuinely impressed. You know, this was just a Copium Crusaders played really well this game. I'm just baffled. I mean, you need some water, or you good?
I'm good. I still have my pop.
I definitely will around some water though after that one. I got real excited on that one. That's for damn sure. Probably do my Twitch prediction thing now. Let's see here. Who won that one? Crusaders won it. So it's like people who went for the Copium Crusaders. They're pretty happy.
Yeah.
They get their channel points. They are actually taking Colonel Squid's channel points because he was like the only one who bet on NPC. But rip Colonel Squid's channel points. Going perhaps to
I
our
bet
home.
on NPC because somebody voted 6,900, so I bet 69 points on NPC. I gotta continue the meme. 'Cause I'm an idiot, and that's what I do.
Yeah, we know. You know what? We love you anyways. I'm feeling a little bit I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling a little bit like.
Dead inside.
No, I'm alive inside. I'm feeling a little bit alive inside right now. I'm trying to get you to the draft, to be honest. That's literally what I'm trying to do. Is get you to the draft, because that was just wow. Absolutely wild game, to be honest. Yeah, they're taking a lot of time to get K-Sigs in the slot to go again, but you know what? It'll be okay. It's gonna be a-okay. It is funny though, juxtaposing the way that I run things with the way the professionals run things. It's like, say, if we were doing it the BTS style, right? We wouldn't be here right now. We'd be I don't know where we'd be. Either just kind of chilling or doing elsewhere things. And then we would then return for the draft, but no, we're just here. We don't have inter-game music or an overlay to put up. Nah, it's just we just talk. We just talk to each other. We say words.
Words.
And the classic Artorius one-word response. He's pushing it back to me, you know. He knows my opinions on dead air, so he sees me say words. He's like, I'll let Badger grab some breath, and then he has to talk again. I'm like, oh, thanks, Artorius. You're very useful. Thank you. Useless motherfucker. I will be right back, though. I definitely need some water after that game. I'll see you in about 2 minutes.
And that was the last we ever heard of the Badger, as I mail bombed him.
Dire team ban.
They banned the Bane. Interesting.
Radiant team ban.
Alright, well, obviously, Copium Crusaders felt the impact of the Shrek 3 Night
Dire
Dawnbreaker
team ban.
and have decided to ban it.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Huskar
Team pick.
banned again. And Benj obviously banned because it's broken.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I know I'm leaving a lot of dead air, but there's nothing to talk about. Nobody picked
Dire
anything.
team pick.
Help. Alright, so this time no proper carry picks up the first pick Shadow Demon. Previously that was picked up by Copium Crusaders.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh,
Dire team
is that a sub from Jay Curto? I'd like to thank my man, Mr. Baboon Jay Curto, for subscribing to the channel. Your patronage is truly appreciated. You can also use one of the greatest emotes on Twitch, the Beetle. So, welcome to the club, sir. Artorius, are you here right now?
No.
Useful. I'll leave you to your own devices, and this is what you do. But
I left a lot of dead air because there was nothing to talk about. And my dad came to say goodnight, so I had to mute myself.
that's fair. It's a shame though. I didn't get to say goodnight to your dad tonight.
Yeah, the horror.
You know, it's funny. I used to. For those who don't know, me and Burke are friends, believe it or not. And you know, his dad comes in and see.
That's crazy.
I know, it's absolute wild. Imagine. I mean, not important, but it's like his dad comes into his room and say goodnight sometimes. I'm like, "Goodnight, Burke's dad," and then you're like, "Hey, Badger says goodnight." At first, he's like, "Goodnight, Hoser," but now he calls me Badger. So that's we've moved up from Hoser to Badger.
Wow, Badger, that's an excellent story that I'm sure everyone wanted.
Listen, I wanted to say it, so go screw yourself, you piece of bag milk motherfucker. I will murder you. It's funny to know that.
Alright, so a bunch of meta heroes being picked. How do you feel about this?
So you think people would rather hear about the same heroes you see every game? Hear about a heart-warming story from Badger? I mean, it's what you expect. I mean, it's good.
Is it really heartwarming? Badger gets called a hoser by 50-year-old Canadian man.
Can't screw yourself. I mean, there's not much else to say. I mean, it's good heroes. It's what you expect players to pick sometimes. And these are all good heroes, so nothing to. I'm opening my predictions super early. I don't even know why. I just am. Let's open a game 2 prediction, shall we? There we go. Copium. Opened a 10-minute prediction. There we go. People have time to predict with their very valuable Badger channel points.
I have 51,000. I don't think I even bet to get those either. I think I actually bet 20k and lost. And I still have 51,000.
Congratulations. You may be the largest holder in the world of Badger points. I will, though, do something with that at some point. I don't know what or when, but I'm sure it'll happen.
I'm not saying anything right now because I'm currently distracted. My dog has surrounded my chair.
Which one?
Bruce.
That makes sense. Bruce would do that.
He just wrapped himself around the entire chair and just wasn't letting me spin.
Not very cool.
Staring at me with his big dumb head.
5 seconds remaining.
Jesus. We do though. Actually, nothing's happening in the draft right now. Just some bans. Some good old bans. Dawnbreaker, Venge, Bane, Huskar first phase, Bat Rider, Tusk, Tide Hunter, Invoker second phase. Seeing a number of heroes that were in the last game, notably Tide, Invoker, and Dawnbringer. will not be here this game. So, yeah. We will, of course, see the return of Shadow Demon and Jakiro, though Shadow Demon on a different team this time, so that's something.
I have a question.
What's your question?
If you were planning to pick Shadow Demon Night Stalker, why would you ban Bane?
Mind games.
10
Like,
seconds remaining.
even I'm not dumb enough to
Team
pick
pick.
Bane into that. And that's the only hero I can play.
Mind games. Can't you also
Actually,
play Coddle and
that's-
Budge?
That's not true. I would pick Bane into that.
Can't you also play Coddle and Budge?
I can play Coddle.
10
I like
seconds
picking
remaining.
Pudge. I never said I could play Pudge.
I would contest you on that one.
10 seconds remaining.
But I've picked Bane into a Silencer Oracle in a pub before. I won.
Ah!
Team pick.
Okay.
This is how I hit 7k badgers. I spammed Bane. Who needs
Well
ulti? Just sleep people. Am I right?
Apparently, yeah.
Just sleep people, run in first, and just tank everything. Who cares if they can cancel your ulti? Just don't use it, lol.
How are you a 7K player? You just literally you have the buddy map on the wrong side. You only use WSD and you pick Bane. You're so bad.
Yeah.
7K player. You just literally bought a counter or something. Any comments?
Radiant team
No, that's 100% accurate.
We do have some picks on our screen. We have a Centaur, a War Runner for the Dire, and a Spirit Breaker, the Breaker of Spirits for the Radiant, which means the drafts are starting to come together. It's a distinct possibility. Both teams have their 3 through 5 right now, with the 3 Night Stalker, the 4 Spirit Breaker, and the 5 Shadow Demon on the Radiant side, and the 3 Centaur, 4 Silencer, and a 5 Jakiro on the Dire side. I'm assuming. Should be potentially fun to see, depending. Kind of.
I'm surprised they picked Centaur into Shadow Demon Night Stalker. Like, I know you can ulti out of Night Stalker for your teammates, but Shadow Demon ulti on Centaur just feels so bad as Centaur. And on top of that, if Night Stalker jumps you, sure, he's not gonna kill you, but you're not gonna be able to do jack shit. Or just trying to blink in and stun people as a Centaur is not fun with Night Stalker silence. Badger, no caster, all chat.
I just listen. I've spent the last 3 days in a row being scared out of my mind to accidentally pause the game or say something in the all chat. I'm pretty to do that. This is lads.
You did say stuff in the all chat though.
And the one time I did, it was
You
not.
have 3 minutes of pause time remaining.
the one time I did, it wasn't for a fun reason. Okay, it wasn't for a fun reason. It was there's no denying that it was not a fun time when we did that. It was. I don't want to talk about it, but it was not fun for anyone involved, including me. So yeah, we do have some picks on our screen. We have a Jug pick. I know proper carry. So I guess they actually once again don't proper carry. They have Jug. So they're staying to the they're staying to the name of their team for sure. And then Copium Crusaders have a Chaos Knight, which is not a hero you see that much,
Dire team
but I'm sure it's viable to some degree.
Badger,
They did
what are
buff
the
it.
odds? What are the odds, despite having a silencer on the other team, Jug goes Saint and Yasha over Manta?
About 30%.
Probably.
I think he should go Manta for obvious reasons. I mean, the obvious reason is the hero on the bottom left of our screen called Silencer. But it's also good this game in general because you can destroy a lot of cool shit like Chaos Bolts. And if this carry player, wait, it's DOS, never mind. I was gonna say if this carry player is feeling himself, you can disjoint, or not disjoint, you can dodge Centaur Stomp as well, but it's DOS. So
You
probably
can
not.
dodge Ice Path.
10
I guess, but you spin for that one.
There's a chance that you might not end up in the same spot from when you pressed Manta, and therefore you could technically dodge Ice Path.
Odds are he's gonna spin Ice Path and then have to Manta something else. That's the way I'm viewing the fights. But that's just the way that I'm viewing it right now from my caster chair. So
Be a Chad and don't even skill spin, just man to dodge everything.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, genuinely the single dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Hey Badger, did you know that they sell milk in a bag?
10 seconds.
It's dumber than that. It's literally dumber than the milk in the bag thing in your country. I just don't know what to say. Like, that's literally the only reason you pick Jug, is because he has spin. Like, his Jug hero is not good, but there's one thing he has. It's called spin. If you're not skilling spin, it's like playing Storm and out Ball Lightning. Like, why are you picking this hero?
To just
5 seconds.
pick Jug 5 and max healing word.
You still skill spin though.
Dire team
No.
I mean, you might even just max spin still. First. Why?
Interesting. Picking Wind Ranger into a Centaur Warrunner.
That one's a little bit ambitious for sure. I mean, it's I don't have to hear what the Fury likes.
10 seconds.
Maybe he's like, hey, please, David, pick me Windrunner. But
What if it's mid Shadow Demon?
Remaining.
5 Night Stalker, 3 Wind Ranger, 4 Spearbreaker.
why are you here? Why are you here?
My team runs 5 Night Stalker.
Your team has Flesh Canoe. And Snow.
Fair point.
And you.
Not a fair point.
But it's was I saying something of value before or no?
You were talking about you don't know if Fury's comfortable in Wind Ranger or not.
No, I said it's a hero he does like.
No,
At least I'm assuming
I don't
it
know.
is.
I wasn't listening.
I'm assuming it's a hero he does like, or else they wouldn't be picking it, because it's not a great win under game. And it's not a hero who's good in the patch. So I'm assuming if he's playing it, he likes it. But this is a mid-snap fire, I'm assuming. I know Andy Bendy likes mid-snap fire. I believe he picked it at least once in Lads so far this season, so should make some sense to see it here. Yeah, the drafts indeed come together. It is as predicted for Radiant Jug 1, Winner 2, Night Stalker 3, Spearbreaker 4, Shadow Demon 5. And for Copium Crusaders, once again, nothing too out of the ordinary. CK carry, Sapphire mid, Centaur 3. Looks like it's a Jakiro.
5.
Yeah, Jakiro 5 silencer 4, yeah. That's the one. Did I do my predictions too fast? How much time is left in that predictions thing?
Looks like a minute.
Is there a way to extend it or no? Is there a way to extend the predictions? How do I cancel a prediction?
Just leave it. It'll be fine.
I literally have to cancel this somehow. This is not gonna work. Can I end submission? Can I delete it? I'll do it. I'm resubmitting the poll.
Yikes. Badger's just stealing people's channels points.
I literally just refunded them.
I
But
don't believe it.
you can believe whatever you want to believe. It's true.
You know, I was gonna make a joke about COVID's fake, but I figured that's probably not a good idea.
Prepare.
Yeah, it probably is not a good idea. Not in current year and current time with current everything really.
There was a protest today, or the other day, in Canada, where a bunch of first responders were protesting mandatory COVID vaccine. And they said we should not have to have mandated vaccines. That's against our rights. Meanwhile, they already have mandated vaccines in order to get the job in the first place.
Yeah,
So I thought that one was kind of funny.
definitely is slightly, if not moderately humorous. But looking over at the Dota 200 screen, if you are just joining us, welcome. We are here for... No, we didn't type the games correctly. You have to put up my OBS now, damn it. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Copium Crusaders, taking on Team NPC, I should say. But where's Copium? There it is. I've put it up in my OBS. Mission accomplished. But yeah, if you are joining us, it is 1-0 Copium Crusaders over Team NPC. My name is Badger. I'm joined by Artorius, and hopefully we're in for some Dota 2. Doubt we'll get a late game as exciting as last game, considering the ending of last game, but I'm still excited for the next game. Optimistic. You see a better block here by Andy Bendy. Already gets the Radiant melee groups on the dire side high ground a little bit, so this is good positioning there, of course, in the wave. Meanwhile, our scene supports trade, but one of them is Spear Breaker, so we'll probably win the trade automatically because he's Spear Breaker.
But I mean, he is against the Jakiro.
This is true. We're seeing Aurora, though, actually may just go down. There's 2 stacks of that good old Arcane Curse. Cliff Stomp is there. He's being run at right now. He's trying to run away to his Tier 1 tower. He will once again Fairy Fire. So second game in a row, having Fairy Fire on Aurora saves him from first blood right away. We're seeing the Jakiro's Courier die top lane as well. Not sure what was on it, but it's certainly not on it anymore. This is a goodbye Dire. They have sticks already on Centaur and Silencer, which is not too shocking, but it is certainly the correct move to make, without a doubt. Speaking of couriers dying, his top lane is Salty, who was the courier slayer earlier, gets his courier slain by L. He's playing in the trees, and the courier just kind of went up there straight to CK apparently, so yeah. I guess that's Dota 2 for you.
Yeah. Ooh. Gotta love this top lane though. 70 base damage on CK and 72 on Night Stalker.
The difference though is obviously Night Stalker has, a pretty good damage range. It's 70-74 versus CK, it's literally 55 to 85. So it's like
you can crit your face.
It's not a reliable 70. Like you could get 85, you could get 55. So it's kind of hard to like CS on CK for that reason a lot of times because you never know what you're gonna get. Having that variance is hard.
From a carry player.
It's hard to play a variance sometimes. You know what I mean? It's hard to play a variance. We're seeing CK run his Shrek there, but Shrek is still fine. Dual Breath even is there on the Salty now, so he's a little bit damaged there on that Spirit Breaker, but everything is A-okay in both directions.
But Badger, I have 40 base damage on Coddle, and I still end the game with like 150 last hits.
Because you have a spell that gives you last hits.
It's irrelevant.
What do you... How's that... Okay. That's both material and relevant, but go screw yourself.
I saw a Dota post the other day, and some guy got banned for smurfing, and he'd been playing mid-Coddle. And he was some Crusader player, and he wasn't actually smurfing, and people in the comments... Oh, I missed...
I saw it top lane. I said, I just thought your anecdote was more interesting. Keep going, though.
Okay. And I was like, this dude's actually not smurfing. So he's like, how do you explain his rapid increase in actions per minute? I'm like, I don't know. He probably turned on auto repeat right click. And some other guy's like, how do you explain his what did he turn on to get more last hits before 10 minutes? I'm like, I don't know. Fucking illuminate. Like the ability that one shots creep waves is probably not very good at last, and he used Crusader. Now he has a free ability that you can use every 6 seconds to one shot a creep wave.
Top lane, though, we did see First Blood on Salty about a minute ago. We're seeing Shrek almost die as well. We saw Salty did use the charge through the 2 heroes to get some damage out, but once again, it's inevitable death there on Salty. It's going to be a little bit too much damage from the Chaos Bolt, the Dual Breath, and all his abilities. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Spin is there, but Aurora is already dead. As K6 is now once again trading on to Doss, and Doss's career will die. Little Panda is now dead. Rip to the Panda. In hindsight, maybe I should have interrupted your anecdote, but you know what? It was interesting, so I'll keep going. It was very interesting. It was interesting to me, at least. Top lane, though, with Shrek who goes down, and CK and Jakiro once again went on into Shrek, and Salty was not close enough to help keep his Night Stalker alive. So it's now 2 kills for the dire side dual lane top. It's pretty good.
You made a joke about League of Legends players denying in the last game. You should look at the CS in the mid lane now.
Wait, did I? Okay, I literally put it up incorrect. One second, I need to 10 denies, a lot of denies. Remember I literally said it was 1-0, Copium Crusaders?
Yeah.
And then I literally went to
Oh.
OBS to put it up?
It's 0-0.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It is nighttime and they're going on CK.
And they are once again looking for the kill here. Void is up in 2, but they will not die at the tower. The dual breath apparently is a little bit too scary for Salty and Shrek to overcome. I almost missed the kill top lane, correcting my own mistake. And I knew it was 1-0, obviously, but I even said it on voice, but then I didn't change the 0 to a 1. Binary apologists everywhere are angry at me. And once again, are at the CK though. Void is up in 4. Dual breath once again is actually a lack of mana, but the body blocks will not be enough. Down goes L there on that CK, so good kill there for Shrek and Salty, beginning to turn this lane back in their favor during, of course, the nighttime with, you know, a Night Stalker. But still, all is well. They may once again go in though, are on Funky Dealer. Charge, there's no mana for it, but apparently it's not needed. Void is there, they once again are hitting, but in comes Eld's TPing in on that Chaos Knight, and while Funky Dealer will survive, will tango on up, it will live for the time being. We are seeing a rotation though, it's Andy Bendy on that Snapfire. It's 4 points in Scatterblast, will look for Shrek Cookie. Scatterblast are there, Shrek indeed will go down. Then I'll move to Salty, once again lacks the mana for that charge, uses the bulldoze that so that perhaps get away there with the extra little move speed and disaster distance, but Ice Path is there from Funky Dealer once again. Andy Bendy perhaps is searching, but Salty will survive for now. The problem is he has no mana still, so eventually he'll either walk away or die, and it appears to be walk away.
Over another rotation, this time from Fury.
And they're looking for, of course, Eld on CK. Shackle Shot is there. It's level 1, but it should be good enough. Focus Fire is there. Power Shot is there. Down goes Eld to Shrek, the Green Knight. We are seeing Radiant may be rotating their heroes. The Jug TP'd mid lane to grab the farm that Fury was missing. And perhaps Dawson now headed to that tri-camp, perhaps playing in this sort of little oval here. Top lane tri-camp area, which means, of course, now eventually Shrek, the top lane inhabitant, will have to move perhaps to the bottom lane to rotate to do some man fighting with the Centaur. Hope to see.
Yeah, I think Doss realized his lane was shoving forward and wasn't going to get any farm for the next like 30,
Andy
40
Pendy
seconds.
looking for a soul kill on Fury. Had the cookie set up with the Mortal Kisses. He almost kills Fury. That was beautiful. It did not work out. Omnislash is there on Andy Bendy. He will be completely fine though. Spin is available, but he's just a little bit too fast for Doss to run him down. Top lane, never mind, they're fine. Back to mid lane once again. Cookie is there. Shackle Shot is missed though. Power Shot is missed as well. So everybody's fine. Everybody's injured, but everybody is fine. I love Dota.
Sure about that?
Correction, I love casting Dota. I love casting Dota. you may double take on that one. I love casting Dota. I just love casting me some Dota. It's just so fun. You said you made me double take on that one. We're seeing CKs being run out by Shrek. Ice Path is there on the Shrek as well, but well, Eldon CK simply will walk on away. Bot lane though is 3 looking for Aurora. Andy Bendy is invis, and Aurora should eventually die. Question is not if, but when. Answer, about now. Scatterblast, Arcane Curse, Last Word, -2 int, +2 for lunch trade. Top lane though, they're looking for Eld, who has used Phantasm, but Shackle Shot is there from Fury into that Focus Fire. Ice Path will be there on top. I believe 2 of them. Stampede is there as well, but Eld should eventually go down. Power Shot from long range finishes that kill, so cross snaps the 1-for-1, one that the Radiant are good with, and they want to get more. They want to perhaps get lunch tray. Shrek though is a little bit low on HP, but Salty is diving that tower. Last Word is there. Salty taking a lot of damage. Power Shot's there on both. Both though remain alive. Down goes Salty. Shackle is there on both. It's huge. Down goes lunch tray, and they want Funky Dealer. Though, instead it's Fury who dies to the illusion of Eld. Now in comes Cookie, it misses, but gets Funky Dealer a little closer to Shrek Green Knight Dual Breath. Never mind, once again, no mana, but Ice Path, pump faked, cancelled, Shrek walks away.
Dire structures are fortified.
Whew, it's fun.
Yep. Snapfire rushing or Boots of Travel. I don't know how he's last hitting with this hero. With just nothing but Boots of Travel, but he's doing it.
82 damage, that's why. Got Fair Fire, and he got a wand, it gives him +5 damage. Apparently that's good enough.
Where he's like outlasting everybody in the game.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. And looking over at net worth as well, similar story. Bottom lane though, they're looking for lunch trade, Shackle Shot, Focus Fire are there on Silencer. Silencer will go down. Hoofstop is there from K6, but once again Fury remains alive. Now the Purge is there on a K6. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're running at Andy Bandy. Anastash is there, down with Andy Bandy back to top lane once again. Everyone's okay there, but mid lane, well, it's not okay. 2 kills for Radiance. NPC picking up 2 big kills across the map. Meanwhile, top lane, it's Chaos Bolt and Blue Breath and Ice Path and Micro Breath. They want to get Shrek. Shrek is quite low and will now go down. Salty is there, but once again, he's simply there to mourn the corpse of his lane partner, Shrek. And Silencer is a really obnoxious hero, you know that?
Yeah.
Know that? It's a level 7 Silencer with 1 point in Last Word. Just sticks that in Arcane Curse onto DOS, who has 1k HP. And DOS casts no spells, takes no right clicks, and loses over half his HP. That's wild. It's literally more damage than the Laguna Blade. Do you ever know that?
Mm-hmm. You all know what else is the same damage as Laguna Blade? Power Shot.
I didn't know that, actually. Maybe the Laguna Blade just sucks. Bottom lane notes the Stampede no stomp there onto Aurora. He puts the high 5 out. Please get the high 5 back, or perhaps not. Deception is there. Airtrick is there as well onto K-Sticks. Aurora will walk away, but should die to Arcane Curse, perhaps? Yes, he will. Meanwhile, Salty is once again looking for K-Sticks. Now in comes Andy Bendy for the Dire. Cookie is there. The Salty will go down, so both Radiant and supports go down. Both in the bottom lane. And Dire parlay that into a bottom tier 1 tower siege.
His Boots of Travel and this Snapfire just allowed Andy Bendy to play super... What's the word? Not aggressive. He's just allowed to play all over the map and keep farming.
Mobily? I don't know.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I don't know what word you're looking for.
Dire are scanning.
Could say omnipresently, perhaps? I don't know. Top lane, the Shackle Shot once again is there on to Eld. In Focus Fire into the Purge. Shrek will ascend, and they certainly want to get the CK. He will Phantasm. They want to fight here. DOS remains half HP, but Eld remains 0 HP. Now Shrek under the tower looking for a lunch tray. Scatterblast is there, and Shrek once again is slow. He will now silence and walk away. Meanwhile, Anastash there on the K-Stakes. K-Stakes made his speed in danger. He's taking a lot of damage. Void is there from Shrek. And Power Shot will finish it. Now they had 2 Funky Dealer on Magic Hero. They have once again 4 heroes. They're charging it as well, but Andy Bendy wants to fight. He kills Doss and wants more. Kisses are there. Down goes Shrek. Down goes Aurora. And now they're running at Fury. Fury kills Lunch Tray on Silencer and will walk away, but Dire turned disaster into a pretty even trade. Actually, we'll go for Salty's own mid lane. Thought he'd be fine, but no, he's simply being run down by Eld and Andy Bendy. Chaos Bolt's up in 1, and it will secure that kill. Down goes Salty on Spirit Breaker. Bit of a dive there. CK went on in. They cookie with the Snapfire, and of course, down goes Salty.
It's actually a kick of brain play. The CK stopped chasing the Spirit Breaker for a split second so that the Snapfire could get in range and throw a cookie at him.
I was watching that entire sequence. I was like, oh yeah, he's fine, right? He's gonna walk away. It's Spirit Breaker. No, he's just dead. We are seeing, one second. We're seeing top lane, though. Radiant are congregated looking for that top tier 1 tower. We're seeing Aurora, meanwhile, is being run at by K-Sticks and Lunch Tray. He will disrupt the Centaur, but he simply will die to the silencer damage, it appears. -2, perhaps. Indeed, -2, +2 for Lunch Tray. It's a 4 intelligence delta on that one. And for now, this top T1 tower remains alive. Though, mid lane, it's Dire who hit the tower instead. They want this mid T1 tower. Radiant will glyph. But with only Salty and Doss there, the tower is probably not long for life. Meanwhile, top lane, they're running at Shrek with 2. It's Centaur and Silencer. Indeed, down goes Shrek there. Tried to run away to his tier 1 tower, but it did not work. Back to mid lane. Down goes the tower. Back to top lane. Charge is through. The Stampede is trying to get Lunch Tray away, but Salty simply charges all the way through. Now they turn to K6 perhaps, but Instead, it's Radiant who are on the run. Dire have TP'd onto their tier 1 tower top lane. Now look for Salty hoof stomps up in one. They silence, they stomp, they dual breath, and they kill Salty. Once again, another kill for Lunch Stray. Not a killing spree now on the silencer. He has 20 ints.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, I want you to... Artorius. I want you to read the tooltip on the 20 permanent intelligence stolen and find the mistake.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I want you to find the mistake. Mid lane Indy Bendy is being gone on. Shackle Shot will miss. He'll be fine, probably. Actually, he is purged instead. Dire not RTPing him, but maybe a little bit too late. K6 has arrived. Yeah, no more talent anymore. Shrek, though, will ascend. Will look to die the tower. He has vision thanks to Shrek, or Salty's good old charge. But in comes Scatterblast, in comes Silence. Shrek actually simply goes down there. Another kill for Lunch Stray. That's no talent needed, apparently, for the extra permanent intelligence stolen there on Silencer.
I thought you meant like it was a spelling mistake or something. So I'm just like
No,
looking at
it's
all the words.
literally-
I'm like, everything seems fine.
If for those who didn't see it, it says, and I quote, Silencer will permanently steal 2 or 4 with talent intelligence many hero that dies, but well, they got rid of the talent. It used to be level 15 talent for +2 additional stolen ints, but they got rid of it, so yeah. Top lane, the hoof stomp is there at the DOS tower T1. Actually, denied by K-Stigs. Would have died to DOS, but instead K-Stigs turns the tower death into a tower deny. Now, though, DOS jukes out the ice path, looks to play some Dota 2. He will spin, but Dire are hitting with 3. Charge, though, comes out into 2. Meanwhile, Glow Silence is there. Hannah, though, Mr. Andy Bendy will pop that Mortis because he's looking for a DOS. DOS will go down. It's another +2 for Lunch Tray. We're seeing Nair Strike there on the K-Stigs, but now Salty is in a bit of danger as Charge in 4. Can he live 4-4 is the question. The answer is yes, but he's now silenced. He's once again being run at. Scatterblast will miss. He TPs. Immediately cancels it. Once again, jukes and simply goes down. Interesting play there from Salty. Meanwhile, in the bot lane is 3, who looked for L there on the Chaos Knight. He was pushing a little bit too far in the bottom lane. Indeed, the 3 find the 1, so across the map, it's good for the Dire, though they lose their CK in the bot lane.
Hey, Badger, guess what?
What?
26.
Is that gonna be our thing this entire game? Is just tracking the stolen intelligence?
The man already has 26
Oh,
stolen
well, that's a huge play there. They just launching Case into the dual breath. Town goes Fury. What is going on? It's an
28.
Aghanims on. It's an Aghanims on Handy Bendy. He's already got the travels and the Aghanims on Snapfire. He just launches in Cases. Apparently, Blink Dagger not needed. If you just correction, Blink Dagger is needed. And he buys it anyways, but it's... they launch in the Centaur before the Blink's even available. What is going on?
I wonder if the Jakiro will pick up the Liquid Frost shard this game.
I'm sure he will, right?
Well, he didn't pick it up last game. He bought a Lotus Orb and he still didn't have it.
Wasn't it a?
I feel like that is insane.
I was gonna say wasn't it a different player, but no, it wasn't. Lunchius playing the Shadow Demons, not Funky Dealer. So
Yeah.
maybe next series.
Unironically, rushing the shard on Silencer might be viable this game.
Well, goodbye, Salty. He's being gone on by 3. It's
30.
3-3-5 the Dire. Once again, 30 ins now for Lunch Tray.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
However, never mind. He's just gonna TP out. Okay.
And Radiant had the right idea. They went in with DOS and smoked up 3, looking for Andy Bendy in the top lane, but while he was onto it, he TP'd away during the Omni Slash, and well, it's a bit of a miss there for the Radiant. They needed that kill. Now we're seeing Casey is launched on into Shrek, into the hoof stomp. Never mind, the silence is there in time, so we're seeing Shrek will walk away. It's a very appropriately timed silence there for Shrek. Would have been his death if it was not used, so.
How the fuck he land that?
Andy Bendy, though, this is why he's a fan club. See, this is why he's a fan club and we don't. And this man's a madman. See, a mid-lane's hoof stomp there on track. Shrek will go down. Last words, Scatterblast are used, and indeed Cookie will actually, never mind, Shadow Demon saved him for now. He actually will launch in Lunch Tray into Global Silence. Stampede is there. Down goes Shrek, but they want to get more. Aurora goes down towards the Dry Camp, so does Fury under his tier 2 tower. Now in comes DOS, looking to play Dota, will spin, but he simply cannot stand and fight. Down goes DOS. Macropire is there. It's hitting at the Salty. Radiant press the button. They will glyph, looking to stay alive, but Cancer Bolt finishes off Salty, and somehow Aurora survives. But it doesn't matter. It's still a 4-for-0 trade. All in favor of the Dire. And now they simply launch Shrek onto Fury once again. He bought back. If he it's a dieback. Hoof stomp. Double edge. But instead they find Aurora instead. At long, let's find Aurora. But Fury's being run at. Wind runs. Shackle shots. But now the Arcane Curse doing a lot of damage. What is going on in this Dota game?
Man, you just stop hitting Aurora and Aurora starts TPing out. He lives on like 20 HP. Lunch Trade just thought the Arcane Curse was gonna kill him.
I just assumed Aurora was dead too, but no. But you know what? Maybe they got Aurora eventually, and they also got that tier 2 tower eventually. This is just... Are Copium Crusaders good?
I mean, the 3-0 looking like a potential 4-0 here.
Who did they beat in their first series?
I forget.
I want to see who they beat before it's declared them to be good. But I'm feeling pretty good with this team right now. This team has been very impressive so far from the eye test.
I think it was Guam's team. I swear this.
No, it was Nier's team. They 2-0 Nier's team.
Oh. Well then.
So if they 2-0 Nier's team, if the results stand, they're going to 2-0 DOS's team. Those are like, you know, sort of like average Group B teams there. That's fantastic. Now we're seeing Lunch Tray is launched on in. It misses. Last word though, in Arcane Curse will hit. North Curses are there. Fury is being run at. Charge. Comes in from Salty. Now he's actually stuck on the high ground. In comes Slipsnap from K-Stakes. Down goes Fury. Now it's Salty. He's stuck on the high ground. They don't know he's there, so he will TP away. Meanwhile, they're running at Aurora, but I think Aurora's a little bit... Never mind, he's probably just going to die here. Last word, Arcane Curse are there. Lunch Tray is hitting. Aurora will eventually die.
This man already has a fucking Ags on silencer.
Salty, though, tries to save Aurora. It will not matter. Once again, +2 for Lunch Tray. He's got 40 intelligence. Now he might just kill Salty. Shrek, though, has ascended. Salty, alive. Salty goes down, and now they launch in the range creep. They want to save Lunch Tray. Cookie is there. It will not stun Shrek. Shrek wants this kill. Will secure the kill, but may... Okay, he'll walk away. But that's just... What is going on? This is some wild Dota 2 right now. This is exotic. And they're going high ground bottom lane at minute 22. This is just... Wow.
Yeah, this is a problem with Jug, I feel, right now. It just takes a little too long to come online. I mean, not that I think it would have mattered this game. Radiant seem to be kind of like losing on all fronts right now. But like,
The thing is, it's always more of an uphill battle when you pick out heroes and they pick good heroes, you know?
yeah, like Jug has the second highest net worth in the game. He's just not really able to do much right now.
He's even ahead of the CK, but it doesn't matter. For seeing Radiant, they have 5-man smoke. They CL there on the Chaos Knights. Shackle Shot, though, does not latch. Kiss Pulse there with Winter, and now they launch in K-Sticks. Global Sounds there. Hoof Snaps there. Down goes Fury. Down goes Aurora. Down goes Shrek, the Green Knight. They move to Salty. He's dead as well. 4 kills. 1 is to the neutral, I guess, so I guess 3.5 kills, but I'm sure Dire are fine with the neutral death being there on Fury.
Dude, this man has 46 stolen intelligence.
This man has got more intelligence than the CIA, man. It's absolutely wild.
He's technically been a part of a kill every minute.
It's absolutely wild. I mean, this man, it's absolutely bonkers. Wow. The full set of barracks in the bottom lane. This is just impressive. I am impressed. I guess I'm impressed pretty easily, but I'm still impressed nonetheless. And now they once again return Andy Bendy to the fight. They want more barracks, perhaps. They are hitting the melee ranks. Radiance. Our live is 5, though. Perhaps they may now be a little bit more wary, though Doss is just not here. He has TP, of course, but instead, the racks are under siege. Correction, they have been sieged. Melee racks mid lane now dead, and they now... Yeah, they got the 2 melee racks, they got the full set bottom, they're walking away. But it's... Wow. Well, now what? Now what the hell is NPC do? They made us lose Doss in the Roshan pit. They know he's there. He will spin, but we're going to launch somebody in, perhaps. Cookie is there. It will, though, miss. Now they're looking for Doss. Omnislash is there. Elf may go down. Stampede is popped, but it does not kill anybody. Charge comes through, stuns around the floor, but Dire once again want to team fight. Chaos Knight is in. It's focus fired. Will go down, but it may be a trade for Doss. So stops there onto 2 with the Tri Camp. Now down goes Doss. Down goes Aurora. Global Silence is there, but down goes Mr. Funky Dealer. Andy Bendy, can he carry the fights? Perhaps. He's looking perhaps for a target. Salty is low. Shrek is on the run still, but they cannot pin either down. So it appears to be a 2-for-2 overall team fight exchange. Asmala kills Shrek, who is killing the Silencer's courier. They once again are searching, it appears, but he should be fine. He appears to be fine. Yeah, he's fine.
Sea Badger. The Radiant did not kill Dire's carry because Silencer is still alive.
Oh, sure, you're going to do a Snapfire joke, but okay, Silencer is indeed still alive. Yeah, he's fine. See across the map a little bit of wild and crazy stuff's happening, but nobody dies anywhere. You see the gobble up used by Snapfire. I believe in Centaur mid lane we see Lunch Trade looking for Shrek top lane, but nobody's dead. Everybody's A-okay. You are though seeing Dire are in the Roshan pit, of course. They are grabbing that one quite easily. Aegis will perhaps go to CK, will perhaps go to Andy Bendy. He will indeed, though, go to Kasika. And now perhaps it's simply time to run it down the top lane. Say, you know what, go here, kill this, kill that, kill these little buddies. GG call. Just like last game. Okay, perhaps a little bit more safely than last game. Last game's a little bit of a crazy wild game, but...
Wait, Andy Bendy actually got banned from MD2L?
Yeah, so there's a rule in MD2L against professional mobile players being in their league. And as a former same professional league player, they said, you know what, this is not okay, we're going to ban him. So they did.
Well done.
Yeah. And they let Sonic God in the league, and they let the actual, like, 6K Dota players in the league, but not Andy Bendy. Too good. Casey so is launched on into the high ground. Global Silence is there. Fury will go down to Morris Kisses, and now they look for Shrek, who's a little bit too fast. Once again, it's Fury dead with no buyback. Phantasm is popped. They will go for high ground. Radiant will glyph. Salty charges on in, but, well, they need to get CK's Aegis right here, right now. Shrek has ascended. They're going on in, looking for more, perhaps. Silence is there for Shrek, looking for Silencer. We have the Ghost Scepter there now. Shrek, the tail of his BKB, will begin to run away. Aegis is popped, but it's an exchange, though, for Salty. So once again, now Radiant down 2 heroes. Dire remain with 5. Now Hoofstomp's there, out of DOS. Catapult is there as well, though he's disrupted, though, by Aurora, so good save there. But it's into the ice path, though spins there in time from DOS. Now launch in L on Chaos Knight. Aurora goes down. Cookie is there on Shrek. Shrek goes down as well. Omnislash is there. Is it futile? Perhaps. It does some damage, but it's now over. Hoofstomp is there. Down goes DOS. He does have buyback, though. Will buy back. And Fury has to respond as well. Aurora also buys back. Now, Shackle Shot is there. Hits on Silencer. Eld actually goes down there. Big kill. They need to get more. Ice Path is there. Out of DOS. Hoofstomp is there. So die back out of DOS. And now it's Fury, who's BKB'd, looking to stay alive. Shackle's there, out of 2. They may get Andy Bendy. Focus fire. Down goes Andy Bendy. The racks, though, are being focused. They're very low. And they will now be finished. Shackle this time does not lash. Now in comes Salty. Has respawned. Returned to the team fight. Charged and instantly gets destroyed. Hoofstomp is there. Down goes Salty. Now focus fire. Hits on 3. Radiant once again look to pursue with 2. And Fury needs more kills, but in comes K6. Double Edge is there. Lunch Trait actually goes down for the damage from Aurora's Shadow Poison. Now Hoofstomp, Double Edge are there on Fury. Fury goes down. They now turn to Aurora. They want this kill, and well, they certainly will get it eventually. Liquid Fire from long range. Disruption will delay the inevitable. Ice Path and Double Edge are enough. Shrek once again is responsible. It's actually no full 5-man wise, but now Shrek is trying to fight the 2v1. Ghost Scepter is there from Jakiro, and actually K6 will stampede. Hoofstomp there. Shrek has a big KB once again looking for Funky Dealer, but Radiant, I mean, they accept the inevitable. GG is called. And for Copium Crusaders, it is a 2-0 victory. I'm tired. They did ticket their games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this was a pretty good show from Copium Crusaders. It was a close win, followed by a dominant win. What are your thoughts here, looking now at the end of the series on both these teams?
Um, I think No Proper Carry lived up to their name a little bit this this series.
It's just too easy.
They didn't really pick a proper carry hero. They never really had like a good win condition. Uh, Razor's not really a win condition, and then game two, uh, Jug just isn't a very good hero versus CK or the other heroes for that matter. Um, they kind of just got outfought and outmaneuvered. Copium Crusaders just seemed to have more synergy and kind of better communication. They knew what they were doing. They're all on the same page. I think in the future, No Proper Carry might need to look a little bit at their drafts and how they group and fight as a team. So maybe a couple scrims are in order for them. Get that stuff set up. And then on the flip side, Copium Crusaders looking quite strong. Couple things they can clean up about taking good or bad fights. That was mainly only in game one. Game two is kind of just a bit more of a stomp. But yeah, well played by them. Definitely playing above their MMRs.
I'm just actually I like seeing this team do well. I think it's good for the league to see a team like this do this good performance. You know, because MMR wise, they're not good, but you look at them in the server, they're good. You love to see it. Looking now at the game, do you have any final analysis for the people?
I guess if you're gonna take Shadow Demon, ban Silencer.
Probably a good idea. But yeah, I mean, thank you for joining me, Artorius. Do you have any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo? No?
No.
Thanks.
Just
But I can't even say anything after that. But thank you though for everyone who tuned in tonight for a 2-0 victory for Copium Crusaders over No Proper Carry. My name is Badger. If you enjoyed my casting, want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, I can do it for you if you want. Contact me over on Discord. It's Badger number 5713. And as per always, have a great night. And also thanks to Jay Curdo for the subscription. But now for real. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, I think, at 9 p.m. for some more live action. But yeah.